Yep, can you put that on? Turn it on. All right. We are live. There we go. My mic's on. You gotta turn on the top. Sorry, we're a little bit late. What's going on? I know you can't hear nothing. I didn't have my mic on. It's on now though. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, let me turn that down. Y'all can hear me? All right, we all good now. You know we always gotta have little technical difficulties. All right. So here we go. We are gonna start off with another live stream this month. We got Sean Clay, the man of the hour. This man, when I tell you, he's shown me a lot throughout the years. I used to go to his rehearsals every week.
My brother.
Just trying to learn, man. We met before I was even into music and all of that. I was on the drums. I wasn't even doing no keyboard, and we happened. Actually, I think we was going to the club that night. We was young.
It was.
Man.
I just told somebody it was. We met at a prom. It was a prom night.
Yeah, man. And we went. I think we went out to the club or something that night or something, man. It was crazy.
Yep, sure
and
did.
I did not know he was the musical genius that you seeing right now. Give you just a little bit of a background with him. And then we'll get into a short little prayer, and then we'll get into some playing and then some question and answer. So, give you a heads up. Sean Clay, actually, he's known for some music that y'all probably didn't even know. Like You're All I Need by Hezekiah Walker. He's the one that actually composed it. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so I didn't say nothing wrong there. You're All I. Matter of fact, I think one time he actually told me the story of how he came up with it, and it was crazy. Can you just play a little bit of the You're All I Need? Is it in the key of E?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This Sean Way. Actually did. What's the other one that that's You're All I Need. The other one that Bashan Mitchell did. Which one was that? I Worship You.
I Worship You. Oh, you talking about everybody in our city was trying to duplicate that. They was trying to make sure they had that sound. It's all because of Sean Clay. He's the composer. So he's also and you saw he gave it right back to God. That's what we like. But another thing too, you actually are a alternate MD for Stephen Hurd, correct?
Yes, sir.
See, he plays for Stephen Hurd, so he's gonna play for numerous people. But what we want to do, we're gonna get started off with prayers. He just plays a little bit. We're gonna get into prayer, and then we will kind of move forward in this live stream. Father God, we come right now, and you can just play. You gotta pull that anointing out of you. Amen. Father God, we come right now in the name of Jesus and ask you, Father God, that you just be with us, strengthen us, Father God, to be able to go further in light. But Father God, as we take this time out, Father, we ask right now in the name of Jesus, Father God, that we're able to learn something, Father, that we're able to go further in our musicianship, Father God. We ask right now in the name of Jesus that you use my words, Father God, use Sean's words to be able to teach and for people to grow in Christ Jesus' name. We do pray. Amen. Amen. So with that being said, we're going to he's actually got a little Stephen Hurd or something that he can play real quick. We're gonna do it real quick. We're gonna play that, and then after that we'll get some questions and we'll have some answers for you.
outro. Do the outro one more time.
My goodness, we got all type of people in the house.
I want to do that outro one more time.
He wants to do the outro one more time. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna give y'all what the outro is that they did on that record. And I just played it wrong, but I'm gonna play it again right. So the outro of that record, they do a walk down chromatic, and it's basically a C. It's a C sharp 13. So it's a C sharp 13. Well, a sharp 11, whatever you want to call it. If you voice it, however you want to voice it. So there's a 13 flat. So same chord, walking all the way down, and then walk it down. Same chord, all the way down. Just like that. So I'm gonna play it one more time at the end of that. Let's go to it. Track starting right back.
Real quick, so I see that we got a lot of people in the house. We got Mississippi, we got New Jersey, Lynchburg, South Africa, Texas. Okay.
Okay, what's up, world? What up, world?
All right, Shreveport. Okay, New Orleans, Kenya, South Africa. Everybody's up in here. All right. So, really quick, if y'all got any questions, now's the time. Go ahead and ask your questions. If you got some questions, let's do a little Q&A real quick. And something else. You got a lot of little tunes like that, man. Man, y'all was posting that. Y'all quiet. You got some Q&A? Who's got some Q&A for us? You can ask them anything. Neo soul, jazz. You can ask what it's like playing for big name artists. Somebody comment. How many hurdle chords in the song? I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure exactly what that is. You gotta let us know what chord chords.
Is that a carry your mic?
Yeah, I just turned it on. I just turned it back. So, let me know if y'all can hear me now. I had it on mute so he can play. Alright, so what's y'all's questions? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, quarter. You know what quarter?
I think she's been in like quarter notes, or that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, like quarter notes? Yeah, it'd be more of a question for him for sure. Quarter chords. Well. Testing 1, 2, 3. Sheridan, can you hear me now?
Shine way.
Sheridan, can you hear me now? He about to Google it. Quarter chords built on fourths instead of thirds. So basically, when you talking about that, it's kind of like what we just actually taught the. I think it was earlier this week, and that's kind of based around the circles charts that a lot of people use. I don't know if y'all be looking at the. I don't know if y'all.
So basically, for the quarter chords, it's actually a sub for the one, and it's a perfect. Well, it's a D flat 6/9 over the G, but it's really over the E flat. They call it a C minor 11 if they play it together. But these are the chords, and it's. That's one way you can do it, and that would be 3. So basically, it's just a substitution of the one and a regular one chord.
Somebody put on there C, F, B flat. Chords are stacked fourths.
Yeah, I see what it is.
Yeah. Well, you taught me that one little game show trick. You remember that? You remember that game show trick? It was but you did it with the horns. It was. I never knew that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is. Basically, it's a chordal thing, but it's chordal when they stack. So.
Gotcha.
So you're stacking them, but at the same time, that is basically the circle of fifths as well.
Mash said he wants to improve his playing, but he's stuck. Can you please give some ideas?
Yeah, one thing that can improve your playing, whatever you feel comfortable with in playing, make sure you try to play it in every key. So take your time. Don't get frustrated. Just take your time and play things slower, half the tempo what you normally would play it, and then transcribe it to the next key. Transpose it to the next key is basically shifting your hands and playing in the next key up, then play it in the next key down. And just keep going up, go back down to make sure you got it down, go up again. So, let's just take that quarter chord. So we'll start right here on we'll start right there. That's the chord. So you want to practice that, playing the same thing up. So he's really just exercises. And then play, go back down, before you go back up, then take it up. And this is always a sub for your one major chord. Always the one major chord.
What was that bass note?
F.
So the S is a sub for F.
So, regular, you can play.
I'm gonna tell you something else that I actually learned from him, and he pushed me. When I was going to his rehearsals, he was practicing. Y'all was doing the song "God Wants a Yes," and he looked at me. He's like, "All right, Vincent, I'm gonna direct the choir while you play it." I'm like, "Man, I don't know that song." This was years ago, and I said, "Man, I don't know that song." He said, "Yeah, you do. It's just turn. You got it." I'm on the keyboard, stuck, like frozen, like. So what he did, he went over and played it. But you know what I did right after that? What he did was he encouraged me to go learn it, because that wasn't my style of playing. And for a lot of people that are James Hall fans, you know that it's a different movement style of music versus contemporary gospel. And so I had to learn how to get that a little bit of that classical feel. I would say classical gospel. I don't even know how you would describe it. But I had to go back, and I went home that night, and I said, I'm going to learn God Wants a Yes. Well, believe me, that Sunday, they heard God Wants a Yes. On Thursday night meetings, they heard God Wants a Yes, because I was going to challenge myself to do things that I wasn't used to doing, and that's always going to help you plan.
best thing to do is, if you're used to playing everything full on by yourself, you know, it's kind of hard to get away from that, or finding a note that matches it. A harmony, you always can do thirds and fifths, or always be some type of harmony in it. Just the notes is in the chorus, I'm basically doubling them up for real. So, but getting out of playing those octaves is really just releasing your left hand to play the full chord, and it maybe, you know, you can invert the chord to get off of that bass note, and that really comes with playing with a bass player that's really going to be on his notes and be right there supporting you to free your hands up and actually help you to be able to play a lot freer. So, like in what we played earlier, Let It Rise, I wasn't really playing too many bass notes, but more so just the chords. And B flat. You take that out into the quarter thing, and then you can change your chords up. As long as the bass is always going to be doing this B flat and this E.
There's something that you actually taught me. I remember years ago, I used to ask why you did this, and it was, you told me that it was something that actually helped make your chords full, so you would play the bass note and then play a chord in your left hand. Sometimes it would be a tritone, sometimes it would be the same chord. So that's another way to maybe even break that habit, because you're used to just always playing the bass note. Matter of fact, my mom, she always played like that. It was always two hands going up, you know, it was always the same note. So when I started learning how to play, I would see people like Sean and other people, they might have played the bass note, but they would come and then play the chord right after. Can you give an example of that?
Yeah, just as a reinforcement of the bass note, especially if you're not playing with a bass player, you still might have to get that idea out, because this chord is over, let's say a B flat minor 11. It's not the same chord as if you was to play it over. Well, it's the same chord, but it has a different feeling if you was to play it over an E. So that's just a little idea of making sure that you either start with your chord and then add your bass, which that's one way to do it, or you could just start with your bass and then add your chord. Just difference. The bass note is equally important to the chord as the harmony and the melody of whatever it is you're playing.
Somebody actually said, what's the advantage of adding the ninth to your chords, and how can you find a ninth in every chord quickly?
Okay, so basically, the advantage to finding the ninth is really, it's the second note after the one. So let's just say you got a one chord. So really, it just depends on how far you got it up. Reading is an A minor 11, A flat minor 11, but it's not, it's a D flat. So let's just say we're in D flat, two chord, you got D flat as your one, so the nine is gonna be the second, it's gonna be the third note after that one. So that's gonna be your nine, always from the root, wherever your chord is, over the two. So let's just say, you add the nine by adding the third note in the scale, it's D flat, E flat, and then you have F. The second note in that, I said it right the first time. And it really just depends on what key you're in, what it's registering in. Like some of these chords, I think it should have a.
I was gonna say this. The right name chord is actually about 3 steps above that. That's the last name chord.
Okay.
I know it's like, man, hold on, these are wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, hold on, I know I ain't tripping.
Somebody also asked, does learning a difficult song help you to become better?
Really slowing anything down that you're playing to make sure that you hearing everything and playing it correct, taking your time and not rushing through it and skipping through it and making sure your ears are matching up if you're trying to play it by ear. That's the best way to really help you get better for real, is just taking your time and slow it down so you can understand everything that's going on. And in practice, you start speeding up. You start speeding it up, and then, then here you go. You got it, but it's going to start with slowing things down. Whatever it is, if it seems very difficult or anything, slow it down to learn it.
Yep. Somebody said, and this is true, Russell, I'm going to tell you, this is true. I've ran into this situation numerous times. It says, will you show us some preaching chords when on the piano? Everyone demonstrates on the organ, but sometimes there's places that don't have an organ. I've ran into this situation, I don't know how many times. We actually got it. If you go to the website, vamusicministry.com, you will find that we actually have preaching chord videos for the piano. The reason why I ended up doing that, because everybody always asks me, man, what you doing on the organ? We do it on the organ too, but one of the reasons why we did it on the piano is because every place don't have an organ. So how do you give a good sound to back up a preacher on the piano? Well, one of the things I would say, for one, you probably gonna need to kind of cut the release time a little bit on the piano. That would be my approach. I don't know, if you was on piano, what would be your approach?
Well, it's really about the touch. It's all about how you touch and strike it. You don't want to kind of just roll on it. You could.
So let's say somebody was preaching in F like you right now.
See, let's just say you're on a grand piano or something that doesn't have a release switch or anything like that.
Yep.
So it's really about stabs. They gotta be together. So. So it's gonna be a little bit of, building, just to give that feeling like it, it's almost like an organ. And that's just a sub.
Oh, okay, perfect pitch. That was a good question though, man. I'm ready to What was it?
So it's basically, it's a major, it's B flat major. So we in F, we're on B flat in the bass, and we're going major. And we're gonna do it a whole step down, same thing. It's just a walk. When we're walking in the left hand, we're walking in and out of. Back and forth, which is basically a B flat major, but it's broken up. I took the melody, I took the harmony and put it on the bottom. Then whole step down.
That's the beats right there.
Walk back up.
Man. Actually, Titus actually showed me that years ago. And I didn't quite get it down pat. What's the easy way to flow with inversions while finding voicings?
Okay, well, it's all about you staying true to the melody and keep that. And the melody doesn't always have to stay on top. Let's see if we can find a good idea of that. Let's see.
I'm glad you.
So that's basically. So, the inversions, if you want to invert that, which is really, that's just a line. As long as you keep that on there, you can find your voicings or whatever you want to do. So. It don't really matter, long as you have the melody on top, your voicings in between, wherever you want to play, as long as those melodies fit with the chords.
Yeah,
pretty much can create your own.
Melody's got to stand out.
Yeah, the melody got to stand out, and it doesn't always have to be on top. Melody on top, but it's still the same voicing. It's really just, the same melody is in there, but it's a different melody on top.
So you like put like a harmony with it.
Yeah, it's like harmonizing it. Yeah, reharming it, basically a reharm. Yeah.
I like the way you play the piano, J Boogie says.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I ask this question every stream. Warren, you do ask this question, but which board would you choose for church and which board would you choose for gigs? And why?
For church, I would probably choose something in the Yamaha family just because the piano feels real. It has a really good feel to it, and it's kind of standard. So I think in my church right now, we got the Mo DX8. I think that's what we're using. But for gigs, I need something that's a little bit lighter, something I can carry around. So my preference on the gig is Roland, and I would probably prefer to play maybe the Roland Juno series, the Juno DS, and maybe a Juno DI. One, because they have every sound I'm going to need between the two keyboards, and they're lightweight. I think that's what it is, yeah.
Cool. Somebody says I struggle. Hold on. What made you become a musician, and how did you overcome? His father. Nah.
Really, just growing up in a house with a piano and having a lot of siblings and everybody doing this and that. And my family plays, and I really, for real, they tried to make me play the piano when I was younger, and I didn't want to. I wanted to sing. I wanted to be an alto. But you can imagine how young I was. I had to be about 8 or 9 or something like that. And they was trying to show me something. My father was trying to make me play something, and I didn't want to. I cried. I didn't want to play the piano. But having that piano in the house and just sitting on it and really this is really kind of what got me into it. I would hit a black key, whatever it is, and then I would just... It sounds real juvenile, but that's really what sparked me, because then I would just hold the sustain pedal down and see how far I could go until it started to sound bad. So as long as it was sounding good, I mean, just that tonal satisfaction kind of made me want to get into playing.
Wow, that's crazy. Everybody's got a story, man. Struggle with preaching chords. Is there a way to play them? I would say what you was doing earlier is pretty standard for, I would say, any key when it comes to preaching chords, and I would get your opinion on this, but it's basically the 1, 3, 4, flat 5, 5, back to the 1.
Back to the 1.
Or you can stay on that 5 and go back to the 3.
You can do a flat. You can do a flat 6 or a sharp 5. So let's say we have F. 1, 3, 4, flat 5, 5, and a flat 6. And back to the 1 on a different chord. Octave chord. So it's really, your preference, but it's all about how you interpret your chords. So I might do some. It's all about embellishments and how you want to embellish the chorus, and it's really about, you know, who's preaching and you know how in tune you are with what they're singing, and it's really all about emotion and your feeling and playing. So the more you spend time on the keyboard, and the more you spend time listening to the pastor and really just being in tune with everything that's going on, it'll all come together. And playing is almost 100% emotion.
Man, so somebody said, can you give 4 great power chords, mostly in A flat? Can you give us just a little secret that you would only find at VA Music Ministry? Bring out he's always got nuggets. He's always got some secret chords and some secret movements. You got anything?
Well, when I think of power chords, I think of either.
I was gonna say that's power chords.
Yeah.
But maybe they might be talking about just some secret go-to chords.
Yeah, it really just depends on what you're playing. That could be a power chord. And when I think of power chord, I'm thinking the same chord. And same chord, but a different note. So basically, I would play this chord on A flat, and I play the same chord, and I walk it all the way up to B. That would be a power chord for me. These like church power chords.
Yeah.
And then same thing. Those would be kind of power chords to me. And there's the 5th one on F sharp.
So I'm going to go, because there's a lot of comments coming in. So let me just kind of go through these and try to get to some stuff that maybe we haven't covered. Yeah. So see, this is what I've always admired about Sean. When he plays like talk music, he's got some really great like melodies. And to me, it's always been the secret to you is that your melodies have always just kind of been just cold. Like, see, yeah, he's always got something like that just coming. Matter of fact, you showed me that one melody. I do it all the time now. It's on the 6th. So let's just say if we was in C sharp, you on the 6th. And then I just started moving other places, but you actually taught me that though.
What key we in?
See, I was in C sharp.
Okay, so. Yeah. You playing A flat, what you're playing at?
Let's see. Oh yeah, they was talking about the Spider Dramatic Walkman. That is the Spider Walk. It's a huge blessing. Can you play out with Bless the Lord in? Yeah, Music Ministries. Bigs, appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate that.
Bless the Lord.
melody is a melody.
Yeah, the melody would be whatever the melody is, and the secret to in and outs is just like piano roll stuff. Like my dad would always tell me to like kind of embellish what I'm doing. It makes it kind of prettier. So like let's say we was playing, I would bless the Lord instead of.
So you roll from that F sharp to the G to the A flat.
Shine Clay. It's SEANCLAY.
CLAY.
And I pray to whoever sending me a cash app, God blesses you 100-fold.
Amen. Yeah, so I just pinned, well, let me I don't know if I can pin it, but I just posted it on there, Shine Clay. $, Shine Clay.
Yes, I do. I play at New Zion, Louisville, right now under the leadership of Pastor Alkert, Reverend Alkert.
Yep.
Great man.
Very prominent church. Man, somebody said, Caleb said, how do I know the correct fingers for pentatonic and blues? But I'm gonna be honest with you. Man, I've seen some people play in different ways. And I've heard people say that it's all really just depends on what you're comfortable with, but there is a right and a wrong way, I would say. But I just heard people say, whatever you're comfortable with. What would you say?
There is a method to fingering it. Basically, let's just say we was in D. So you want to do whatever makes sense. So really, the numbers 1, 2. So start off 1. Let's just say that's basically the pentatonic in D. D minor pentatonic. You can go back and forth. People heard them old John P. Key hit horn licks. That's all pentatonic stuff.
Man, he's a beast. We got you. I should wear a crown. Man.
B flat?
Yes, sir. So passing chords, that's something that, you know, all great musicians, they have some great passing chords.
So let's just say we're in E flat right now. One, we're gonna do some passing chords going to the 4. So we're gonna just go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the chords. Those will be passing chords. We can walk down from the E. We can do 7, 6, 5, 4. So one, we in 1, 7, 6, 5, 4. That one a traditional 5 chord. So really, it's all about the bass notes. Wherever you want the bass notes to end up at is going to be our pass chords. So let's say we E flat. Let's say we want to get to the 5. And really, it's all about wherever you want it to go. It's get out of the mindset that something is wrong. If you're not matching the record, you writing the music as you play. Every time you're writing it, every time you play. Like I said, if you're not recording a song that's already been recorded or anything like that, that you have to match up what they was playing or playing with a band or anything like that, you're writing it. So passing chords is really just bridges to get to the chords that you need to get to in the song. And really, I feel like there's really no right or wrong answer to that. It's all about, as long as you end up there, they're called routes. We call them routes.
Yeah.
So let's just say we was going to the 6, and let's just say we already on the 2 in E flat, so we going to the 6. And you can make it whatever you want to. I'm gonna play some crazy stuff just so you can see it. It's really about how you end it off at that 6, if that's where you want to go to. So let's just say we at the 2. 1 to the 2. About that melody and then whatever route you're taking to get to the chord.
Dope. Is there anything else you got on your computer that we can just maybe play real quick while we only got about 11 minutes left?
Okay.
Yeah, y'all seen that I put Sean Clay at Cash App. If y'all just want to bless him because he's been blessing y'all, go ahead and hit that Cash App.
Let's see.
Let's see what we got.
Let's play this Undignified Praise. This is in G major. Undignified Praise, Stephen Hurd.
I will dance, I will sing, and be crazy for my
really depends on whatever song you're playing. And the best thing, I mean, you know, everything that we talked about today all goes in just to know that there's different ways to embellish the notes of the melody, piano rolls, soft touches. Let's just say. Try to play them together. About your emotion, whatever you feeling. So really, it's all about your touch. You can make it real intimate. Jarrell Little.
Jarrell Little. Yeah. Hey, that's, I was gonna say that's definitely his style for sure.
One of my all-time favorite keyboard players for stuff like that is Cedric Thompson. I go back and listen to A Praying Spirit on the Finally Karen Clark record. It's a whole lot of that.
What about Richard Smallwood stuff?
Yeah, Richard Smallwood for sure.
Like Total Praise. Man, ain't nobody asked for Total Praise today. I'm shocked. Y'all always ask for Total Praise. Everybody want to go ahead and get while he's playing. Get your last few questions in because we only got about 30 minutes left. Software sounds?
Yeah. I use Mainstage 3 as of right now.
For the piano or something?
I will use it for more Rhodes and maybe key bass.
Is there a Rhodes on here that you like?
Yeah, definitely. You run a stereo, so let's get out of here.
Or did you want to do it on voice?
Yeah, I can do it on voice. That's cool. I actually like this Yamaha EP. It's not a Rhodes, but it's electric piano. EP sound. As far as the Rhodes, I think I always liked the hard vintage.
What R&B song goes with that? I know somebody that played that on an R&B song. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think it's Genuine.
Richie Bell said more than anything. This is gonna take us out. This is gonna be the last thing that we.
I want y'all to know that you can change it up. Don't be scared to change it up. It's all good. Just make sure you stay true to the melody.
God bless y'all. We got to get up out of here. I want to thank y'all for joining our live stream. I'm Vincent Alexander. This is Sean Clay. We'll see you on the next live stream. God bless everyone.
VA Music Ministry. My brother.